How's it going, everybody? It's Caster Troy here with another Rust tutorial. This time I have a functioning clock for you. I'll show you how it works. Let's turn it on. Right now it's just counting up, but you can set this to real time and have your own personal clock in your base. Let me show you how you do this. You will need 5 splitter boxes, 3 counters, 2 switches, 1 timer, and 1 OR switch, as well as your power source. In this case, I have a small generator. Your wind turbines or solar panels, that works as well. So the first thing you need to do, you need to wire your power source to a switch. From that switch, you need to wire up to a splitter box. This splitter box, you're going to wire up to another switch down here. And from this switch, you need to wire up to either A or B input on your OR switch. It doesn't matter, either one's fine. Going back to the splitter, your second one, to this timer on the bottom. And then you will also want to set this timer to 1 second. That way, whenever you turn it on, it counts 1 second and counts up on here on the second counter. From this timer, you're going to take the output into another splitter box over here. And in this splitter box, you're going to run 1 power to the other input on this OR switch, and the other one over here to the increment on this counter. And the last step over here for this circuit will be taking your power out on your OR switch to the toggle on your timer. That creates your feedback loop, and that counts up your seconds over here. Now once you've got all that set up, you need to also make sure that this splitter box is set up here, so you can run all 3 of your powers to these counters. So power 1, 2, and 3 to the bottom of these counters. Power them up when you turn this on. So then all those will be lit up, and all you'll have left is to come and set up your counters. So you will come over here. Once this reaches 60, you're going to set that to 60. When it hits 60, it's going to feed into the splitter box. This splitter box you want to set down to the clear, and you also want to set another wire to the minute and have it increment up 1. And obviously set this one also to 60, so you can count up to 60 minutes and transfer over to an hour. So that's how that works. And then basically it's just the same thing here for the minutes to the hours. You're going to do the same thing where you go and your output, once you hit 60, is going to go up to this splitter box here, up and top. And then you're going to have 1 power come out and clear, and your other power come on down and add it 1 to the increment on the hour. And the last thing you need to do is set this. This is your preference. You can set it to count for 12 hours, or you can have it do military time where it counts 24 hours. And when it reaches that, you need to set the pass-through to the clear. That way it resets and counts back over all the way from the beginning again. So a little bit more complicated circuit, but really it's not too bad. The only thing I've noticed that's kind of a problem with it is you can set the time to the real world time. Say you wanted to set it for right now. Let's take this off and we'll set it the hours. We'll have it count up the hours for a little bit. Let's say it's 5 o'clock. Well, it's 6 now. I let it go a little far. And then you put this back over here. Count seconds again. And reestablish this so it counts hours again. So now it'll say 6 hours, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. As I was saying, the one problem I'm running into is you can set the actual time if you set it up with a phone or a watch or whatever, but no matter what you do, it always seems like you're gonna either be behind or it's gonna go ahead. And I think that's attributed to the game lagging a little bit. At least that's what I've seen. I'll set it up perfectly and then I'll come back like an hour or two later and I'll be a couple minutes off. And I think it's just because the game is lagging once it's going through this cycle. But it's still pretty accurate and a pretty neat thing to have in base. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps out. If you have any questions or whatnot, feel free to comment. And thank you for watching.